So Kate and I are out here in the freezing cold in Elmira, New York for 3 reasons. One
is to find quite a controversial symbol of a Confederate monument here in New York.
2 is the city is where Mark Twain was buried, so we're trying to find his gravesite.
Insisted on being buried.
Insisted on being buried. And 3, to let Aries piss on everything.
No.
And especially the manger of Jesus Christ. Oh no, we're walking around. We're actually trying to find there's a Confederate statue here.
Oh,
in New York. So we're on the hunt.
In Elmira?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
isn't it over?
There was a prisoner of war camp here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like 2,000 of the Confederate soldiers died, so therefore they made a monument for him. But it's odd. It's almost like a German statue in like London. Or
Right.
something.
I know.
On the right-hand side, you'll see the John Jones Museum with a statue of John Jones, and he buried the Confederate soldiers.
Oh wow.
He was a slave, and he had come here. He had sought his freedom. And
Yeah.
thank you.
Have a great
Happy
New Year.
Thank you. Have a great New Year.
So what that?
Sorry.
So the lady we're just talking to, what she was telling us is that the Confederate soldiers were buried by an emancipated slave, and then also he's also buried in the cemetery we're hunting. So let's get to finding it.
And the emancipated slave located all of the family members of the soldiers who died in the camp. I'm really enjoying the new art styles that are popping up in these little towns.
Yeah.
They just decorate.
And check out this fire hydrant.
Yeah, I see this kind of artwork popping up all over the small little towns.
Yeah. So most people don't realize the early Americans was also in the Victorian era. So when you get into the first 13 original colonies, you do get grand government buildings like they do have in Europe. Like this building here, which is a U.S. post office. Check out this old punch buggy. Y'all live here?
Yeah, yeah.
What do y'all do? What do you do?
I just got a job. I just got on being homeless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got a job. I work at Domino's.
A little pound?
Pound?
There you go.
We're
Good.
just headed to the.
So we're just talking to that lady, and she works at Domino's Pizza. And the little thing about these corporations that come into these small towns, it's not really helpful. A lot of people think that it provides jobs and stuff, but the corporation's main goal is to suck profit and suck value from this town.
This is a courthouse. Hopefully you get a good view of it. And you can see it's dated 1836, 61, and 75.
So this part of town here is starting to fall into ruin. You can see these buildings here that are somewhat abandoned and underkept, which is just a part of small town America.
Don't worry, the mortgage company looks like it's going strong.
How's it going, bud?
Okay.
What's your name?
Ron.
I'm Michael. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
I'm filming, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. You live here?
Yes.
What do you do here?
I do nothing. I'm disabled. Yes.
Do you like this town?
No.
No? What's there to do around here?
Nothing.
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 But you know there's a Confederate statue here, and that's why we're here.
That's about the only good thing.
It's weird, you know. It's almost
This town.
really.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a great day, man.
You too.
You too.
Here. I don't know what this is, but it's pretty. Ah, it's to commemorate Mark Twain. Well, I guess we're still on the quest to find Mark Twain's grave. Maybe.
So far, I would give our Elmira an A+ for living. Downtown's nice. beautiful architecture. People are friendly. Nice, right next to a river. I'm sure they, during the summer months, they have some fun on that. But most importantly, you can buy a 3-bedroom house here, standard American home, for I think roughly $150,000. So we made it to Woodlawn Woodlawn Cemetery here in Elmira, New York. And Kate was pointing out that
it's a true, I guess, juxtaposition of history here, where you have abolitionists, Confederate soldiers, Union soldiers, all being buried in the same place.
emancipated slaves.
Yeah.
The monument in the back is the Sisters of the Confederacy monument. The monument
That one
stands.
right there.
Yep.
Okay.
Stands for the families said that we kept such good care of this place back then that they wished that their family members stayed here. So that's what that monument is for. And then everybody in the middle is all Confederacy. They all have pointed headstones. The prisoner of war camp was about a mile away from here.
Oh yeah.
And then up here was a working farm. It's now a jail over here, but all that land was a working farm, and they would bring them up here to work. They couldn't make it back. They came here until they passed away.
Oh wow.
And then they were interred there. They were trench style form. So if we were interred there, you would be there, my head would be at your feet, and my feet would be up here. And it was every
wow.
other one like a zipper.
That's crazy.
So,
because normally you want to face kind of like east or something, right?
Yeah, so
Isn't that-
for the veterans, we all face the flag. So our flag's there, so all of our headstones face towards the American flag.
Oh, okay.
Except for the Confederacy. That was all here before it was a national cemetery.
Gotcha.
The irony of it all is a runaway slave, John Jones, is who interred the
Wow.
Confederacy.
Really?
Yeah.
He's the one dug the graves.
Yep.
And, wow.
Yep. He was paid $1.25 per grave.
Wow.
Yep. So he was one of the wealthiest men here in Elmira back in the day.
Yeah, getting all them graves, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
Do you like Elmira? Are you from here originally?
No, I'm not.
No.
Nope, I'm a military guy. My
Okay.
wife is from this area, so she followed me for 10 years in the Marine Corps, and when I got out, I was like, I'll go wherever you want.
Nice.
So that's
You chose
Yeah,
here.
thanks for your service.
yes, sir. It's an honor and a privilege.
What the guy was telling us is these stones here that are rounded on the top are United States veterans, and that these ones over here that are pointed are Confederate soldiers.
So this is for the Union soldiers who were killed with their Confederate prisoners.
On a railroad
Correct,
accident.
yeah. Between July 1864 and August 1865, 2,973 Confederate soldiers were buried here with kindness and respect by John Jones, a runaway slave. They have remained in these hallowed grounds of Woodlawn National Cemetery by family of choice because of the honorable way in which they were laid to rest by a caring man.
So what the guy was saying, you see these gravestones here. In between each one of these people are the feet of each one of these people. So this is a trench going down through here, and their legs zigzagged back and forth. Young men fighting old men's wars. So here's what we came to see. This monument was erected after the Civil War by the Daughters of the Confederacy. So this is a Confederate statue in New York City, or New York State. You see it. It says, in memory of the Confederate soldiers in the war between the states who died in Elmira prison and lie buried here, erected by the United Daughters of the Confederacy, November 6, 1937. It's a very, very unique statue.
Yeah, apparently there are only 7 in New York, 5 of which are found at West Point, and the other 2 are somewhere in New York, one of which is here.
So as we walk, right up here is Mark Twain's final resting place. If you don't know who Mark Twain is, that is actually a pseudonym for his real name, which is Clemens.
I believe that's his. Well,
something
we're about to
Clemens.
see, but I believe his last name is Clemens. Yes.
But Mark Twain wrote great American
No.
novels, like classics like Mark Twain, or sorry, like Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer. I was actually not allowed to read his books as a child because my father thought it would make my vocabulary bad. There we go. Check it out. This is all for him.
Mark Twain, that is his son-in-law, because this was erected by Mark Twain's daughter.
Are you from Elmira?
I'm not from Pennsylvania.
Oh, you
But I've been
can.
to his house up in Connecticut and on our way back home, and I
Might as well,
just-
right?
remember I was like, wait a minute, Mark Twain's in Elmira, so stopped to come take a look.
Have you read his travel works?
Not yet. I'm
Uh,
very new to getting into his stuff.
Oh
so-
yeah. You have your classics like Tom Sawyer, and
Yeah.
Huckleberry Finn, but he also wrote for a news outlet out of San Francisco.
Okay.
So he traveled the world and then wrote weekly journals back.
Really? Okay.
And he
That's
was like
interesting.
chased by
Yeah, it's like the first travel blogger.
yeah. He was chased by like native tribes and like through the Sahara Desert and
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up then.
Yeah,
I
it's
bought his autobiography from his house. I haven't read it yet, but I'll
Yeah,
have to look
forget
up
what his travel book
stuff.
is called, but
Okay.
he wrote a memoir about all his travels at the
Okay.
end of it, you know.
Yeah, but that's very cool.
Yeah, that's right. And
I'll have to check out your schedule. Nice to meet you.
yeah, man. Appreciate
Check out
it.
your channel. Nice to meet
to
you.
meet
Good luck
you.
with it. I hope it
Thank
takes
you.
off.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Well, everyone, that was, some Confederate statues, Mark Twain's grave, some very unique history of the United States here in a very small town, Elmira, New York.
More history than we were probably expecting when we first initiated the journey.
Yeah, so it goes to show you that if you don't have the money to fly to Paris or the time to go to Rome, you can pretty much be a tourist in your own little towns. Find a little unique history and trivia, get out, go for a walk, take the dogs. Until next time, see you later.